I'm Sandra Sterling, President of Calvary Community Association, which I have been in that position since November 10th, 2007. I'm a member of Calvary United Methodist Church for over 50 years and a Freeland homeowner for over 52 years, married for 58 years. We raised 2 daughters who both attend Detroit Public Schools, which I had an opportunity to work for the school system as a secretary for many years. Over the years, at our second Saturday community meetings, which is held at Calvary United Methodist Church on Hubble, we have spent a lot of time discussing and questioning numerous city officials, state officials, school board members at our meetings to find out what can we as a community do to get Cooley back up and running positively in our community. No firm answers to date. Our members could not stop over the years from the fencing, windows, piping, and auditorium seats being removed prior to the auditorium being burned. This historical building frame can still be saved. Cooley has been an eyesore for too many years. We are all saddened with what we have seen. Can we count on the school board members to make a decision that will benefit the community and not the highest bidder? Because it might be too late for many of us to be able to see the end results. We as a community support Life Remodel based on their history and other schools which we have seen that are very successful. We're asking the school board members, what is your process and how soon can we expect your answers as to when we can get some answers as to what decisions you're making to make a determination on what is going to happen with the building and who is going to receive the bid? Can we expect to receive a response by the end of this month? We would.
Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Yes, I was speaking on behalf. First of all, I would like to say good evening. I'm Frances Rowland, and to whom it may concern, Life Remodel have presented interest and have had many meetings with us in our community about purchasing Cooley School to renovate it and place resources in the building for the community. We have brainstormed at these meetings as to what we would like to see in the building to enhance the community and help improve the neighborhood. An example is the youth programs to help get them involved more in the community, youth self-help groups to be more connected by cleaning up the blight in the neighborhood, and to channel their energy for something more constructive rather than them being destructive in the community. Training for jobs for the community and young people and others. Programs for seniors and much more. We would like to see the building occupied rather than idle and unsafe for the community. It can be a great asset for the community and city. I live behind Cooley High School field. I see the things that go on there. It is not safe by the building being vacant. And as I close, and first of all, by the building being vacant, but police have knocked on my door because of the things that has been going on there. And as I close, Cooley School have been vacant a long time. And to the Detroit Public School Board, will you please let us know who will be purchasing Cooley and when? Thank you, Evangelist Francis Rowland.
Superintendent, Madam President, or Madam Chair, and board members. I am so excited to be here. This is actually my very first Board of Education meeting, and I'm very excited to be here. I greet you and say Happy New Year. I want to thank you for this opportunity for just a few minutes to speak to you on behalf of my church and the surrounding community around Cooley High School. First, I appreciate the superintendent's comments regarding the process for the facilities. I wanted to let you know we are interested in what's going on and we're there to help you. I heard the last person speak and I recognize it takes all of us. So that's one thing our church and our community can do is pray with you, that these tough times, that good decisions will be made that will benefit us all. As it was said, I'm Reverend Will Council of Calvary, which is right across the street from Cooley. I've had an opportunity to be the pastor there for 7 years, and I've seen all kinds of things happen. But the one thing that I'm concerned about and I want to bring to you as you think about this is a sense of urgency. I've seen a lot happen in those 7 years, but I also have hope. And the young lady who just spoke, we need to have more hope. If we can change together the things that are happening around in our various communities, things will get better. So I could come to the board with actually just two asks of you. To publicize that process that was mentioned, so that it's a little bit better to understand. One of the challenges I saw just coming to the meeting, because we had folks coming to the meeting virtually, is it was a little complicated looking at the website. You guys have two different meetings, but it was a little difficult to follow. The second ask is that you come alongside with us, allow the community to be a part of this conversation on what's good for the community. One of the things we have done in our little community at Calvary is connect with the community and walk along them, trying to prepare and provide for the needs that they have. But then we also recognize there are limitations to our abilities, so we need that outside help. We need your help. We need the help of all those entrepreneurs. One of them who many of you already know is Life Remodel. They have been a partner with us. And so I invite all of you, come down to Cooley, come hang out with us. We're going to be doing more events and activities. See that community. It's a community I love. And I'm hoping that we can do some things that are positive for that community along with your help. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, board, and to the superintendent. Thank you for this space. Just to talk very briefly, I'm here actually in representation of our church that also sits in the Cooley High community. And I know that that's not on the agenda today, but I'll be brief with my remarks to respect the time that we've been given here. In short, our ministry has been in that area located at the corner of Schoolcraft and Sorrento for over 50 years. Our church is called Bethlehem Tabernacle Church of God in Christ, and we are all about advocating the most positive impacting programs that can come into our community. Life Remodeled has proposed a program. We have witnessed that program externally and saw its impact. We have participated in it, in its implementation in the DIS area, and we are concerned that the school board may overlook this opportunity to grasp a great chance for our students, residents, community, and business partners to see a revival in that community. And I know the district has the motto that students rise, we all rise. And if you look at Life Remodeled and the programming that they do, I would dare say that they have the same motto and the same mindset. Their programming and their efforts are based around the base of students that exist in the area around that high school structure and how they can support those students. We have seen that successfully implemented. They're interested in the economic opportunities for those students, the educational opportunities, the social opportunities for those students, the financial professional and personal opportunities for that students, and then it expands out from there. And so I will echo Pastor Willie Council in that we would like to be a part of the conversation in the final decision and recommendations that go towards the future of Cooley High School building structure and that community that is impacted by it. So again, thank you for your time and your space today, and we wish you the best. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have Chris Mosley and Daniel Ferguson.
Fine. Thank you for this opportunity to be able to cry out. I want you guys to hear my cry. I'm alumni of Cooley High. I walked and ran down the streets of Finkel and Hubble, all over there, born and raised in Holland Park, Michigan, came out of middle school, went to Cooley High, afraid, intimidated. But when I came through that high school, the competitive educational in that facility was a saving station for me. It helped me to mature and be the man that I am today. It played a significant part of my life. It's such a landmark. And when I walked down Hubble and I saw it was vacant, I said, my God, we got to occupy this place. There is so much talent on Detroit West Side around that community. So we need to fill that place and let that place be a saving station, a place to encourage young people. I remember when I saw the movie Cooley High School, I thought about when I was in Cooley. And I said, man, I'm a Cardinal now. So I want to encourage y'all to let's occupy that place and build men and women up. I remember one time when I was running the streets and I had gotten into some trouble and I found myself behind Cooley High, you know, thinking and like, man, okay, and running around that track and building myself back up mentally and physically. So we need to occupy that place. That area is such a landmark. It'll be a waste of our community, a waste of material, a waste of that monstrosity of that building, the Cooley High, the Cardinals. We need to get that place filled with young men and women with hope and dreams and visions in these times that we're living in.
Thank you, Mr. Mosley.
Good evening. How you guys doing? I'm here representing Cooley High. I'm also an alumni also. And the reason I'm actually here is because of networking. You know, when I went to Cooley, I was there for 4 years straight, 12 hours a day. I played sports. And in that process, I had a brotherhood and sisterhood with a lot of the alumni that we are cool with to this day. So I'm here representing them and hoping you guys make the decision of dealing with or at least hearing us out so we can have a chance to help rebuild our school. You know, actual alumni, like the brother just said, went there, and this thing makes so much sense because as a contractor and having equipment and being able to actually contribute to the actual building, rebuilding of the school, and Life Remodel reaching out to me, knowing that I represent Cooley, I'm an alumni guy, and then a couple of other alumni guys that also are in position to help this thing actually come to fruition. So I'm asking you guys to just keep us involved in whatever decision that you guys make, whatever process you guys are gonna do, the moratorium and all those things or whatever, because I feel and I know that Life Remodel is ready to roll. And they're reaching out to the actual alumni and whoever has input on helping the rebuilding of the school. So I would just ask that you all take time when this thing does come back and it's time to discuss it, that you guys really give Life Remodel a chance to actually do what they're capable of doing, because they've already got an example of what they've done at Durfee. You know, I'm not gonna sit up here and try to convince anybody to do anything but what makes the best sense. You know, if somebody else has another plan that's ready to roll, have them reach out to the alumni or through you guys or whatever you guys feel is best for us to do. But I just feel right now at this moment, Life Remodel has the best plan. And it's time to, I've seen that school You know, like I said, having been there and doing the alumni association, being back up there, cleaning the field, making sure people have a good time. I mean, this makes perfect sense, you know, and the model to show you guys that it makes perfect sense is Durfee Innovation Society. I mean, what more could you guys ask for? But I know it's politics. I know it's other things that people have to answer to and all those things, but we're not gonna get into that. I'm just asking you guys that when the time comes, consider the alumni and the clergy, because you already heard from the clergy. And we the alumni, I can guarantee you a lot of people want to hear what you guys got to say as far as Cooley being with Life Remodel and getting it done. So I thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Big D Ferguson. We have Terry Redwine and the Honorable Coleman A. Young, the second.
Good evening to the chairman of the board, to the superintendent, and to all the board members. I'm grateful for an opportunity to just share what's on my heart for 2.5 minutes. I represent Happy Homes, which is in District 7, and we are a block club committee. And I also represent 9 grandchildren as a Detroiter who graduated here in the city of Detroit, Detroit Public Schools. I'm asking you guys for your ear, for your support, for your heart, for your thoughts, for your participation, for you to just stand with us and consider what we are asking, not for ourselves, but for this generation, for our young people. When someone is not against you, then they're for you. And we have this opportunity for someone who wants to come in and refurbish Cooley High School. They want to pour millions of dollars into the building and give us an opportunity to come up with the funding ourselves so that we can sustain what it is they're doing. They're not coming here to take over. They're not coming here to do anything but help us. And we've been praying for some help. We have an opportunity for someone to come and give us a hand and then move on and find some other people that they can help in the city of Detroit. And they're asking our participation. They're saying, what do you want us to do? What would you like to see in the community? What do you want us to bring into this facility once we're able to build it up? And Happy Homes is committed to sit at the table. We are so excited for our children and our grandchildren to have an opportunity to say what they want. And they want to have fun. They want to play. They want to do sports. They want to be Olympians. And we have an opportunity to bring the kind of training and coaching that Olympians get because they have facilities. They have people who want to pour into places that are already worth pouring into. And we just want an opportunity to give our children that right now they don't have. Right now, you drive past Cooley and you see a dump, you see an abandoned building, and there's someone who wants to change that. And we're asking you, because you have the power, to help us.
Thank you, Ms. Redwine. So Dr. Vitti, can you just talk about, so we heard a lot of comments today about process, again, with facilities, and some of those in attendance might have not have been here for the first meeting. Can you talk about process for facilities, the conversation going forward, and where can that information be found in writing?
The process isn't in writing yet. I don't even think it's on our website yet. The process started with engaging the board first, which we're doing right now. So just to review the next steps that I reviewed at the last meeting, by end of January, February, we'll have a public meeting between myself and the full board to discuss recommendations for a $7 million investment in our facilities across the district. That is through COVID relief funding and some of our fund balance funding. The investments will include a recommendation for a couple of new schools, new HVAC systems, new roofs, masonry, continued investment in playgrounds, parking lots, IT infrastructure. So the board will hear the recommendations at the end of January and February in a public meeting. We are talking about it individually right now, so I can better understand just the board's thoughts on some initial recommendations. The board will not vote on anything at the end of January or February. We'll just have a public meeting so the public is aware of our best thinking on how to use the $700 million. After that point, as we did about a year and a half ago, we'll set up meetings at schools that are directly impacted by the changes, in addition to directly engaging faculty and staff. We'll also have feeder pattern meetings. So we'll discuss the changes at Cody and the schools surrounding Cody, Henry Ford, Mumford, East English Village, Western, Northwestern, all the neighborhood high schools and their surrounding schools over the next 3 months. So I would say February, March, April, a lot of engagement about the recommendations, the rationale behind the recommendations. There'll be opportunities for direct feedback and also feedback through surveys. Then probably in May or June, we'll come back to the board with final recommendations after that engagement process. The investments do include, and the recommendations do include recommendations to deal with our vacant school buildings and properties. The recommendations will either be to sell the property, the vacant school building or property, to keep it, to wait for the investment to increase in value over time, or to invest in the property or vacant building through new buildings, extension of new buildings, or new programs. So right now, we're at the very beginning stages of this process. Once we have the public meeting in late January, early February, we'll put all the engagement community meeting dates online on our website so that everyone knows where to go or how to log in to the community meeting. The conversation around Cooley, by memory, is related to the Cody feeder pattern. And so those that were listening today or are here today, you probably will be most interested in the conversation with the Cody feeder pattern because the vacant property at Cooley will be discussed then.
Thank you.